Down by the river, where the souls awaken. Guitar strings crying, blues notes taken.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Arias in the Nation, and I'm here with my buddy Kevin Kev from Kevin. Hello, hello.
Yo, what's happening?
This is for those of you that don't know, this is the second or third or fourth time you've been on this channel in
Yeah,
different iterations. Like you've been on different like chapters of this channel.
yeah,
Like
all through. Yeah, and
start,
Embrace the Suck as well.
yeah,
Embrace
and
the
embrace the suck as well.
Eurovision. Yeah, Eurovision.
Oh my god,
That
man.
was a great night. That was.
That was fun. That was a long time ago.
Mhm.
That was way before Kevin came to prominence as your go-to reaction channul.
I don't know that it was, Daniel. I don't know that it was. The Kevin was around, I think, but it wasn't. It was maybe still small then. But yeah,
Yeah.
I think Eurovision. But yeah, it wasn't what it's not as the size it is now. No. Yes,
So
you're correct. Oh, yes, you're correct, sir.
you have grown, man. I mean,
Yeah.
your journey is one of legend, to say the least. You know, just going through, because I feel like your rabbit hole that you started with
Yeah.
is one that I haven't seen too many channels fall into. You know, like
Right. Go
you
on.
you started your music reactions
Mhm.
with Tool,
Yeah, I did. Yeah, yeah.
and it just has gone from there.
Completely organic from there, yeah. Yeah, I'd know it was never meant to be a music's reactions channel, and it still won't be. I keep saying that. I'll put other videos in. I don't do that well, but I'll put them in. It's my channel. I'll put them in. If a few people watch them, a few people watch them. But yeah, that's
Yeah.
where it started. Yeah.
So, what drove you to pursue the music reactions? Like, that's a very vague. We're going to keep it very vague
No, I
because,
think.
like, both of our channels, right? Both of
Mhm.
our channels, we have newcomers in. Like, a lot of people didn't even believe that we we knew the other American reacts. You know, it's like
Yeah,
we keep getting new people into the community.
yeah.
They don't know that we know each other. I mean,
No,
why would they?
yeah,
No one
no,
ever looks at old videos.
yeah. Yeah,
So
people don't realize that we're connected, and that's been a long time now. This is not
yeah,
just
it has.
that's a long time now that we've been friends. I would say,
Yeah, for sure.
across the pond for
Like
sure. Yeah.
at least 2 years, man.
It must be. It must be that now. It must be pushing on for that now. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
It's tough because our like when you're in this space, you know, it's hard not to be like reaching out all the time. You know, it's because you're just focused on either your growth, your journey, what's happening, and you unfortunately live in this bubble, you know. And what happened was when you're down these rabbit holes, you like tend to, what is it? At least for me, what I did is I looked at the people within our, I guess, what is now our niche, or
Yeah.
you know, of reactions, and you go support the ones you like, you know, support the
Yeah.
ones you support,
Mhm.
and you click subscribe because you do, that's free, and it's, you do your part. But what happens is with every new subscription you get, the original channels that you started off with kind of sort of fade, and you stop getting notified of
Yeah.
those. And that, I feel like that's what's happening with, you know, our other channel, Braces Suck 21 and Arias in the Nation, at the end of the, towards the end of our music reaction journey.
All right.
um
Is that what's happening? You think?
oh, I think so, because listen, I have, what is that, like 8 YouTube channels, and I don't get notifications for this channel.
I don't always get notifications for your channels now.
Yeah,
I'm just randomly looking at my subscription list and I see the little red live, and I'm like, oh, there's a
yeah,
live.
that's that's what it is. It's very frustrating. But
Yeah.
your journey, your what enticed you, what led you down, jumping from, let's say, just
Cars.
take us back from Tool to where you are now.
Well, yeah, music reactions. That was Adam. You know Adam, friend
Yeah.
of the channels. Adam has got the Charcoal Coffee Company channel. He said, "Have you ever listened to Tool?" I was thinking about doing some music
Hmm.
reactions at the time, just to add in, something that
Yeah.
adds part of the channel, a music reaction, a comedy reaction, a bit about me doing the Rubik's Cube, which are the first videos on the channel.
Yeah.
And then I just listened to it on the channel. and it was brilliant, and I'd never heard of Tool before, and none of the stuff that I do, if I don't like the band, I don't listen to them. I won't say the names of the bands, right? There's a couple of bands that people have recommended. I've done the reaction, and I thought the song was rubbish, and I thought the band was rubbish, or the person, right? And it's not even come anywhere near the channel. So there's definitely 2 or 3 that I've done like that. But I really like Tool, and then the subs just piled in, and it was it was completely overwhelming at the amount of subs. You were in touch with me at that point, and said, "Have you?" And you'd said, "Oh, the Tool, that's great that you've done Tool." And I said, "I know. Have you seen the subs?" And then you went in and started looking at the subs, and you were watching them go up and up and up.
Yeah,
as well.
I was like, he got that. You got that wave, because it's something. There's a difference between, like, you find like you're a band that you can vibe with, you can rock with, and you feel their music, and then it's another feeling when other people jump on that journey as well.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, I'm in this community now that's
Mhm.
that we have a very similar interest in watching Tool and absorbing Tool, and that drives you forward in the. It doesn't. I mean, you would find all these songs out eventually.
I would have thought so. Yeah, I would have thought so. But you've got to start somewhere, and then that just leads you off on, as you say, into this very YouTube phrase, this sort of rabbit hole. You lead down into the rabbit hole of the next band. But I think Tool got me to the first. Tool got the channel monetized. Ultimately, they got me to the first 1,000 subs.
Yeah.
And then from there, obviously, I was in a band for years. I am a musical person. It's quite a natural thing for me to do, is to listen to music. I always appreciate live music if people are on stage and I'm somewhere, because I've had a go at it, and it's really, really hard to do well. Be in a band and perform well on a stage, keep people engaged, and it takes a lot of practice. So anyone that's having a go at it, I will always give them the time. And even if it's bad, I would never say that to them, to their face, because it just really gets you down when people just are really honest and just go, "You're a bit rubbish. I think you need to do this." But that's what we got to begin with when we were a band.
Yeah.
So that was all natural. Music, it's in me. I really love music. I'm probably at my happiest when I'm listening to music. So it was very natural. Tool started me off, and then, as you say, it's these little branches. And I think you probably even said to me, you should listen to Nightwish. They're amazing. I'd never heard of Nightwish either, and a few other people. You get the suggestions in the comments, don't you? Try this band, try that band, try that track. So that's your guidance.
It's guidance to a point, and then
after that point, it's overwhelming. Yeah, it is overwhelming.
Yeah. And then you're like, oh my God, it's gotten out of control. How many new bands? And then you're looking at you place time constraints on yourself. See, for me, like, the music reactions was, like you said, a way to escape, because music is my escape as well, listening to new music and just figuring out what I like, or what's out there, what's new, what's trending, whether I like it or if I should just throw it in the bin. And it became something where, for me, I over promised and I placed a lot of stress trying to feed the different camps. And I was on a quick way to burnout. And
there is a major fundamental difference between me and you on YouTube, though. You probably know what I'm going to say now. This is what you do.
Yeah.
This is where this is an income for you, and invites to suck as well. This isn't for me. So I don't have the same pressure as you to do that, and to be available and present, and new video or new, so you can get new on your video, new. So that's what YouTube wants. That's what the algorithm wants. It can present new videos to everybody all the time from your channel. This is new from Arias and the Nation. This is new. So that's not my.
That's not your drive.
I don't have that. That's a pressure. That's a big pressure on you as a reactor, as a creator, and that's not on me. And also, as well as that, you're a husband, you're a son, and you're a dad as well.
Yep.
I'm just me. Yeah, my mum, obviously, really sadly, my dad passed away recently.
Sorry to hear that.
Mum, no, that's okay, Daniel. My mum's still around, and my brother's around, but other than my 3 cats here, I don't have any other responsibilities. Once my work for my day is done, my working day that I earn my salary for,
Mm-hmm.
once that's done, my time's free till I go to bed again and go to work again.
Yeah.
Whereas you'll have a limited time because your day will be, well, this is how I earn my income, so I need to dedicate time to this. But you've also got to balance that
Yeah.
with a life that I don't have. I don't have those other things.
It's interesting, but like, you know, because you have to prioritize certain things. And like what you kind of touching on what you said, like the things that I can get to reside in my little time slot,
Mm-hmm.
right? And my little tiny time slot only exists when either wife's away at work, or my son is at school or sleeping. Those are my very selective
Mm-hmm.
time slots to thrive in. And I wasn't thriving. I was absolutely hitting burnout, going
Yeah,
mock fuck.
because those time slots are not consistent. You can't
No,
be consistent with when your wife's going to be
it's
out, or when your son's going to be asleep, or what time he's going to wake up, or whether
yeah,
he's going to be grumpy, whether he's going to go back to
dude.
sleep, whether he's going to be want to sit on your chair with you and play with the
Yeah,
mic and all that. So yeah, of course.
it's but it's what I'm trying to get at is it takes a balance with not that before I touch on that, it's a shame that your enjoyable journey turns or slowly evolves into this pressure, whether you admit it or not, to deliver videos out there,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
because
yeah.
everybody, regardless of who you think you are on YouTube, once you create a channel, once you're on this side of the screen,
Mm-hmm.
you're in charge of a community that you build.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
you're
it's
you're
important. Yeah, it is.
you're representing the community that you're building on your channel.
Yeah,
And it's like you have this, I feel like you have this inherent responsibility to be there for the community. And that was getting, for me, that was getting overwhelming. But and what the other thing is that YouTube only rewards those that constantly throw videos at it.
yeah,
You know, so it's people don't understand this, but music reactions, if you actually like music, you are emotionally tied to the music. You actually engage with the music, you understand the lyrics, or you let the melodies hit you. And it's this shared, not shared, I guess, yeah, shared thing,
yeah.
this
Yeah,
moment, this experience.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then you do three or four of those, you're absolutely drained in a way I can't even describe. It's kind of like you
It's a funny thing. Yeah, it is.
it's an emotional
It's like
drainage.
it's like adrenaline. You
Yeah,
get filled with adrenaline, and then it's just like it's same as playing a sport. You get filled with adrenaline. You're focused on what you're doing. You're trying to listen to everything. You're trying to think of something that's going to be worthwhile saying, and not just bullshit. Essentially, to at the end of it, in some sort of summary or analysis of what you've just watched, that's going to be worthwhile listening to. You get
yeah.
better at doing that, but yeah, that's part of that
And so
process.
it's like for that moment when you hit record, it's like nothing else exists.
Yeah.
It's like music
Mhm.
and me. I'm listening to music. I'm going to give you my possibly well thought of opinions.
Yeah.
Maybe in your case, better thought of. I am not a wordsmith. I don't know what to say a lot of times, so I was starting to like mince everything together and be incoherent. Um, at times, depending on the artist that we were checking out. But it's just a unique experience, man. Like this whole thing of YouTube, I feel like we're in a very similar generation where
Yeah.
the concept of a reaction video is nuts. Like
Yeah.
the idea of this possibly existing still to this day blows my mind. Like,
Yeah, it does, but there's probably still a lot of people that don't know it exists.
yeah,
I've only come to it over the last 3 years, really. I knew
yeah,
YouTube existed years ago, but I've only really got into pretty much watching YouTube exclusively in the last 2 or 3 years, and I don't really watch anything else.
yeah. Did did your did your journey into YouTube reactions, specifically music reactions,
Mhm.
change your opinions on some channels that you might have already had?
Absolutely.
Like,
absolutely.
Did it peel the curtain back some?
Absolutely. Absolutely, it did. You know, you don't want to be harsh on other channels or be jealous of other channels. They are what they are. They're on their journey. You're on your journey. I can look at other channels that are a similar amount of subs, or a little bit more, a little bit less, that are doing similar videos that get thousands more views than mine do, and I go, well, why is that? That's quite annoying. That's quite frustrating. But then I can look at another channel that's around the same or more, and is doing not really that well at all. You know, the videos are only getting 50, 60 views, you know, from months ago. And you go, well, what's the difference? What is the difference between that person and this person and me? Why is that working for them and not working for that other person?
I tend to watch those videos. Like, I tend to watch the videos that should have worked but didn't.
Yeah,
more
I'll
so
definitely
than
watch them. I'll definitely watch them to go, well, what's wrong with that? Why is that not getting any views? Is it the video? Is it this? I sometimes think, is it like the choice of the video that they're watching? Is that the wrong version of that video, or is it just,
oh God, if I had a nickel.
in the actual reaction itself? Is it the reaction itself? So ultimately, God, we've spoken about this so many times. There's got to be a connection between you and the audience. Ultimately, that now, as we're speaking, I'm sat in a room on my own, you're sat in a room on your own, but we're engaging. There'll be other people now watching. When this goes out, there'll be people watching that and engaging with it. You've got to be likable as well.
This is true too.
You've got to be likable. You can't, you know, I'm sorry, you've got to be a bit likable as
There's some people that are so like cynical towards the people that are watching their channel, and I don't understand that.
Yeah, I don't get that.
I don't get it. It's like, it's terrifying to be on this side of things, right? It is, because right out of the gate, you're opening yourself up to criticism.
Yeah, you are.
Absolutely. But you kind of sign that agreement.
Yeah, you're going with that. That's the worst thing that's going to happen, isn't it?
This is what's happening.
Yeah.
I get that. But you don't get to belittle people that are watching you because they're investing their time.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of like, dude, you need everyone. You need everyone's opinions, no matter what. It's unfortunate.
Yeah,
you know, like my biggest truth in all of this is like the miracle of YouTube is that we can reach everyone.
I know.
The biggest problem with YouTube is that we can reach everyone. You know, it's like a double-edged sword.
It is.
So
I really enjoy it as well. And don't get me wrong, there's been a time in Kevin T7's journey, this channel's journey, when I didn't. I'd stopped enjoying it. I think that was probably around the time after I'd pretty much got through most of Tool's stuff, really. And we spoke about this just the other day on the phone. I was talking to you about looking at channels and having the same artist, just consistently the same artist, every other video is the same artist. I'm like, I don't want my channel at a glance to look, he's just listening to this person, he's just listening to these three people. I do like the channels where it's, you know, this artist, and then it's another 3 weeks before you get another one from that artist again, because you've got to keep that whole range of subs happy, and you're talking about keeping people happy and feeling the pressure to do that. And that is there to keep the channel moving forward. And again, it's what your motivation is for your channel.
Yeah, and what journey you want your channel to go on. Like, because, you know, if you niche down, let's say you are only going to react to symphonic metal.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That spawns more in that niche to be recommended to you in that niche.
Yeah.
And then you slowly take a step back, maybe a year later, you're like, holy crap, I've neglected all the other genres and voices that are out there that are equally as talented.
That's starting to come into my head more now as the channel grows, and the channel is growing quite quickly in the last 3 months, 4 months, quite quickly. You know, I think maybe over 1,000 subs in that time. You know,
man,
really quick moving, and from 5K just a while back, now nearly at 6 again. So it is moving quickly, but that's because of variety. I certainly don't want to get pigeonholed into one style of music or bands from one country.
Yeah.
And so I do want to have the variety. And in my head, these are the paranoid thoughts of a YouTube content creator. In my head, I see the sub counter drop by 2 or 3 when I've done another 2 bands from Japan, and I haven't done one from America or Germany for 2 weeks. And I just think, well, that's a Rammstein sub, or that's a Nightwish sub going, oh, there's not been any Nightwish for a while, I'm unsubbing. That's just in my head. That's the thoughts that go, and go, oh, better do another Nightwish one then, having a quick. And so you're trying to please everyone. So I try not to get into that now. It is just
no one wins when you think like that.
Going up and down all the time, because it can be driven, and people that want to start YouTube channels, you can't be driven by the subs to begin with. It's about content that you're creating and being likable, being consistent, and just trying to have a subject matter that people want to be involved with.
Yeah. And understand that, it's like your own individual journey, even though, and I love the community that we're a part of, because it's like, even though we have a lot of overlap, right? There's a lot of overlap within our community. Each person has their own individual take, like their own individual take. Different tracks hit them differently.
Yeah.
And it's unique. Every YouTube channel has their own unique pull away from it all. And that's the thing that I love about the community we're in. And that's another reason I wanted to bring you on the channels, because, dude, like, we have the same people in our communities.
Yeah.
A little less now, because I'm done with reaction content, music reactions, but I feel like I've had a go.
You still got the connection to music. The music videos on your channel are not gone, are they?
No.
So they're still there. So people are still going to watch them in the years to come.
Yeah.
And I'm still coming to your live streams on your other channels. There's still connections to music. So yeah,
it's my biggest thing that I guess for me, that was a hard thing to do, is battling the burnout. And do you experience the burnout, or is it important for you to, let's say, have a different journey queued up before your current journey ends? Like, how you were ending the Tool journey?
Yeah.
Did you have something in its place in your mind, or not yet? You just kind of
didn't. And I think that's why I got a bit down with it, because I got a bit, it became a bit static, and I was searching and searching and searching for more Tool to do, because I knew the videos were doing well, and I wasn't a music reactor. I've just discovered a new band. I wasn't a music reactor at that point, so it wasn't in my head to go looking around for, well, what are people reacting to at the moment? Well, let's have a look at that. I've started doing that now, but I'm comfortable now to dip in a video of a new artist that I just think, well, someone's recommended, let's put it in. As long as I like it. Like I said, I have ditched videos that I thought, well, I just didn't enjoy that. You can see in the video I didn't enjoy it. You can tell I didn't enjoy it at the end of it. And you get to the end and go, I don't have anything to say about it because I didn't enjoy it. I can't give anything positive. That's not going on the channel. But when the channel was smaller, I was more reluctant to throw in a video of an artist I probably knew wouldn't do that well.
Oh, gotcha.
Now I don't mind throwing it in between, like a warning video that I know is going to get 2,000. There's still going to be something for everybody to watch, and I can put in a new artist that might be a slower grower before they start.
And what infuriates me sometimes is that these, a lot of these fans can become rabid or tribalistic, very tribalistic, and they, what happens is music is it's art. And art is opinionated, and some songs hit people differently. Like, I know it's crazy, right?
Yeah.
But you should be able to say that without fear of like any sort of reprimanding. It's like, we learned that the hard way over on our Radiohead reaction on Embrace the Suck 21, where we spoke our mind. It's the most unliked video.
What song was it?
I don't even remember. It wasn't Creep, because Creep, everyone knows Creep, and I can tolerate Creep.
Yeah,
right?
Some of the Radioheads, there's a few tracks that you're on.
There's some fringe ones out there where you have to probably get plugged into the band's backstory.
Yeah, you need to be a big fan. You need to be a massive fan to just be on
at
board.
least 2 or 3 Radiohead shirts. before you can listen to those. So I'm personally wasn't. I'm not the biggest Radiohead fan. I
Yeah.
don't have their banner. I don't march into battle playing Radiohead.
No.
So that's just. But people are like, you just don't get it. I was like, I guess I just don't,
No, you
and
really
that's
don't.
just fine.
This doesn't sit with you. It's not your band. It
Yeah,
doesn't sit with you, so that's fine. Like I said, it's fine.
but there's going to be musicians out there that they can't all be wins to you specifically.
Yeah,
You know?
no. Well, yeah. Again, another conversation we've had many times over the
Yeah.
years. I'll say the two words: Oasis, Blur. You know, Spencer loves Oasis. Absolutely, he's a massive fan of Oasis, and that's fine. There's millions and millions of massive fans of Oasis. I just really don't like them, and it's not their music; it's them. I don't like
Yeah.
the two of them. I
Yeah.
don't get on board. I don't connect with them. I don't like them. I'm not denying that their music is massive. I preferred Blur. I was on the Blur side. That was a battle in the 90s, and I fell on the Blur side of the track. So that was me. It's
Do you know Oasis got back together?
I was listening to, She's Electric and all this, and I was listening to that, but I certainly wasn't a fan of Oasis, and continue not to be a fan of Oasis. But it's because of them as people. I don't.
Yeah.
With them.
But you'll have that individualistic opinion, and that's okay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's the thing. That's when this whole niche is just opinions.
Yeah. And that was always a tongue-in-cheek fight between Blur and Oasis anyway. That was always very tongue-in-cheek because people did listen to both.
Yeah, they did. Yeah,
So
they did.
It was very tongue-in-cheek.
And they are back together. I keep getting comments to this day.
Are they? Oasis is that?
Yeah,
Is that
I believe so. I heard it on the rumor mill. Make sure. Fact check me, please.
Oh, you're right. They are.
I still get comments, bro. I still get comments on videos that those comments don't even belong in. It's like
you went on a live stream. I was watching one of your live streams the other day, and you said that as well. Oh, Oasis are back together, are they?
Yeah. Are you serious? Yeah. No.
Well, I watched your Embraces Suck reaction to Park Life live.
Hey, man.
And you went, right, okay, we get it now. It's in context. It's gone. We've watched the whole performance. I think the whole performance is on Patreon, on your Patreon channel. But you dip that one back in. I think just to go, look, everyone, we did eventually come back and we got on board with Blur. Don't come out too much.
But you know what, though? Versions are very important. Like, okay, if I'm going to introduce you to a band that you are unfamiliar with, I have to be very selective on first impressions. Like that, I have to be like, look, let's like gear them, like kind of here's this. And the metal community has really been phenomenal with that, especially with my journey down Epica, right? When I was like, I don't really understand like the guttural screaming, the growling. I wasn't too big into that. And then people would generate lists like, hey, listen, these are their more cleaner vocal sounding songs. And when you're ready, there's this group of songs that are a little bit heavier. And slowly
you come around to it.
I came around to it. And I'm like, oh, this is phenomenal. But if they just threw that one at me, I would have been like,
that's not even necessarily because there's appreciation of, oh, well, I like that growling vocal now. It's maybe appreciation of, God, that must be really difficult to pull off. The growling vocal is a difficult thing to pull off, and it be good and it not be crap. And just you're shouting. Really,
you got to be smart about it.
That would. I've said that on a number of my reaction videos. That never used to draw me in, that growling vocal before. I would just turn something straight off when I do that. But having them in the band, the singer in the band, that's tricky. That's hard to do. So again, you pay your appreciation to someone that can pull that off.
And so, like, circling back to the Blur, the Blur song, it's like the first impressions that I had, I was like, this shouldn't have been.
It's nonsense.
This is not the first introduction to Blur. I mean, everyone knows song 2, but song 2 is not Blur, just as Wonderwall or Champagne Supernova is not Oasis. It's like these songs that are definitively these bands are not them. Like, it's weird. It's like,
you see, after I watched that reaction just the other day of you and Spencer doing the Blur one, the Park Life, the live one, I then went on and listened to that album all the way from start to finish again. I've not heard it for years and years. I've got it on CD somewhere, wherever my CDs are.
That's a compact disc for those of you guys that don't know what that is.
What's that?
Huh? No, I was just letting the younger viewers know that's a compact disc.
Oh yes, a CD.
Yeah, compact disc that plays in a compact disc player.
Yeah, are we at the point where we need to explain CDs now? Do you think that's
Yeah.
come?
It's just this flash in the pan, you know. People don't understand. We used to burn so many CDs; it'd be ridiculous.
You know what? I'm just saying that I haven't. There's not a CD apart from the stuff that goes in my PlayStation. There's discs. They're discs, but they're not. I suppose not. Yeah, they're not music. No, but yeah,
yeah. I think I own one DVD player, and that was sent to Embrace the Suck 21. I did not buy that. So without that, I wouldn't have any CD players. Like I have CDs back here somewhere.
Yeah,
can't play them.
I don't think I've got a CD player. I think I could play music from my PlayStation. I haven't got a stereo CD player anymore.
That old school boombox. Remember those big, huge things?
It's funny, thinking about that. You had to have one of them. You had to have a stereo.
You had to have a stereo. Yep.
Now all you need is a speaker.
And now you just need a speaker, and that's it. Now you Amazon Music, Spotify, all that stuff. It's nuts how fast we've come in such a short amount of time, you know. But yeah. So I don't even know what the fuck we're talking about. But
we were talking about just music reaction. So we were talking about the journey through YouTube and differences between channels and what it means to the different channels and the motivations. I suppose that's what we finished off, and then we went rambling onto something.
Rambling onto compact discs.
Yes.
The what has been the most surprising, the most surprising find that you've had that you were probably like, I don't know what this is. This is going to be a little scary. Let's dive in, and you were just pleasantly surprised with.
In terms of a band,
yeah.
It probably Baby Metal.
Okay.
Probably Baby Metal, and when I did that, because again, this is just you hear somebody go, "Have you listened to Baby Metal?" I'm like, "Baby Metal? Is that a band? Baby Metal? Baby Metal? What's this?" And then there's another one. There's another one called Lady Baby as well. There's one called Lady Baby.
What?
That I did one from Lady Baby on the channel. Didn't do very well. So yeah, Baby Metal, and then Gimme Chocolate. That was so random. That first 10, 30 seconds of that was so random. I just didn't get it at all. And I just went, oh my God, I need to start this again. And I was on the brink of that one of going, this is like, not for me.
This is,
for me, this isn't. I think this is not going to be a good reaction. I just think people will be able to tell if I could tell, but I know me, when I watched it back, I could tell, on these other ones I've said I didn't put on the channel. I could tell but I knew in my head I was thinking, oh, I'm not enjoying this. This is not. What am I going to do? Shall I stop or shall I just carry on? What shall I do? Will I carry on? But Baby Metal, I went into that, but started it back after a few seconds. I went, okay, I get it. I get it now. I do get it. What we were saying was about the comments, and I did want to. We were talking about comments and what people leave in the comments when you're on the videos, and you've got to be very careful about what you say about people's bands. We were on this thing, weren't we? And that I remembered now is you do need to be very careful, because I would be the same when if I go in to listen to somebody react to my favourite bands and they go, it's a bit crap, I'd be straight in. What?
Yeah.
What do you mean it's a bit crap? No, it's not.
You're a bit crap.
This is what you're talking about.
Yeah.
And it's the same with comedy reactions. Al Murray, you don't get that at all. That Americans versus Al Murray versus, you don't get that at all. What you're talking about, and a lot of people will do that as well. And so you have to take that with a pinch of salt, and it's fine if you put yourself out there again, which we'd said you're putting yourself out there. You've got to be prepared to take the criticism. I think I was more prepared for that.
What was that?
That was.
Where's your audio? Are you good? Can you hear me?
That was lightning. I can hear you. That was lightning, a flash of lightning and thunder. We're having storms here at the moment. My God. That was a proper.
Oh my God.
It's pouring down. It's pouring down outside. It's pouring down outside. Yeah. So anyway, we're to the comments here. You got to be careful. Got to be careful with the bands. What you say about the band, you've got. I appreciate that it's people's love. People's love, like you two, like people like that. If I go on and listen to people and they say something bad about them, I'm going to protect my band. That's my band, and I don't want to say anything bad about them. And some reactors will just go, well, I don't care about that. I'm going to say it's crap. It's rubbish. I don't like him. What's he wearing? What's he got on? And that does get on people's nerves. I don't think you should be like that. I don't think it is good to be completely just say what you're thinking. You need to be more constructive.
Well, because I think at the end of the day, if you appreciate music as a whole, you can at least appreciate the artistry and how well certain sounds are made, certain arrangements have been done, certain, there is something. Like for me going into something unknown, I'm like, okay, let's do something insane. Because the comments on my channel were just like, hey, let's go this way. And I'm just like, okay, let's go. Let's figure it out.
Yeah.
And there were some that I'm just like, okay, this isn't my favorite. This is not this isn't my forte. This is not what I would gravitate to. This is not, I would call it car music. I wouldn't play this ever in a car.
It's not a go-to. It's not, you're not going to put it on.
Go-to, but I appreciate the artistry and either the voice, the instrumentals, the instrumentation, the arrangements. There is a certain amount of skill that these bands offer that is very appealing to masses. And it's just like, even if I'm not including myself in the masses, I can still appreciate the artistry of the song per se.
It's the same for the artist, isn't it? They're putting themselves out there. This is what we've been in the studio. This is what we've come up with. This is our blood, sweat, and tears, by the way, that we've spent the last 6 months. This is our album last 2 years. This is the album that we've produced and created. Have a listen. Tell us what you think. We're really, it was crap. Oh, that's devastating to somebody. But you've got to be prepared for somebody to say that's crap. I don't want your reaction. Somebody unsubscribed the other day because I do get a slight clicking on my mic occasionally. They said they couldn't watch the video. They've unsubscribed. So it's like, okay.
Well, I mean, not your loss at all.
Okay, sorry. I'll try and do something about it. And in the past as well, I would have just gone to that comment and gone, get stuffed. But now we're just going to go, I'm sorry that you've had, it's nice to be nice to people. There's no point just wrong about it all.
There's a different way to approach those negative comments. Like one person wrote, I fell asleep on your reaction. It was like, I really am glad that I can be the one to put you to sleep. You obviously need sleep. You're a busy person. I appreciate the compliment.
Next time you're tired, you can just flick it on.
Flick it on again. Like, I'm here for you.
Right. Get a view, Make sure you hit you hit the like.
Yeah, make sure your head hits the enter button when it smashes down on your.
You know what? It is fair enough for people within reason to come into your comments and go, I didn't enjoy that. But I would rather they came in and said, I didn't enjoy that because of these 3 things. So and then I can go, okay, well, either you're talking nonsense and this is why I think you're talking nonsense, or I'll try and improve that.
Yeah.
People have, like I said to the other day, I got pulled up for the way I word my titles.
Yeah.
Because I put first time hearing Bandmade and then the song title, but it's not my first time hearing Bandmade. I've already heard Bandmade. It's the first time I'm hearing this song from Bandmade.
Yeah, but you're not the only one, Kev. You're not the only one that's done that. There are people that continually do that.
But technically that's correct. So I'm not going to argue with that person about that because technically that is correct, and they've highlighted that to me. So you know what? I've changed the way I write my title to do that.
The channel, and for everyone watching, the YouTuber's channel that you're watching is or should be a direct reflection of the community because of the comment section, because of constructive criticisms, it evolves the channel, and healthy channels evolve with constructive criticisms. And that's when you have this healthy community that that supports. They're there for you at the end of the
Yeah.
day.
Yeah.
You know, like not the they should be there for you as well as the content they're there for.
Yeah, and as well, talking about community and the other people that they know watch the videos with them. You know,
Yep.
not necessarily just a live stream. That they know they'll see a comment from Joe Smith and John Smith and
Yep.
Arthur and Pete. They're all going to be in the comments, and they'll say, "I can see you've seen the comment from so and so." So they give you a good steer. They all know each other.
Yep.
And then, like I say, I will never watch a reaction of something I might react to on somebody else's channel, but I'll certainly go in after I've reacted to it and see what their, what their
Yep.
sort of stance on it was, what their opinions on it were. Were we similar? Did we react the same way? Was it, are we along the same lines? And you see the same people in the
Yeah.
comments,
Same people.
and connecting it back to what, sort of what we're saying at the start. If it's a channel that you think should be doing better, that's not, you can look at the reaction and go, well, what is that person doing wrong in that video? That it's obviously that's not connecting with the audience, and I can make sure I don't do that. I'll try not to be that,
Well,
be that way.
A lot of people get so involved in or maybe this is my perception of people, that maybe they think I have a YouTube channel. This is my YouTube channel,
Yeah.
and I am the go-to for this, right? I am the I guess the most important thing on my YouTube channel. When in fact, it's the community you are trying to build. And the people that are usually egotistical and or don't connect with the music don't work hard at keeping the community. They just view people as a number or subscribers. They don't understand that you're basically leading the way in a community, and it's very, very important to build community.
Yeah, it is.
Because without the for instance, the Embrace the Suck 21 community, we wouldn't have met.
No,
We wouldn't have met.
That's how we started. Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
And there's a lot of people that traveled from Embrace the Stuck 21 to kick off what Arias in the Nation was, which was a jousting, primarily.
Yeah.
And not really jousting, but if you guys know,
it was live streaming, wasn't it? That's
live streaming.
It was live streaming
every day.
But it was great. But it was great. It was really enjoyable. It was an enjoyable watch. It was a great community. There was a couple of badges, but we got through it. But I mean, in terms of the community, I mean videos. I mean community members.
Yeah, community members.
But that's fine. You're going to get that.
But without the involvement and the dedication to community, we wouldn't have that crossover. We wouldn't have really personalized, let's say, like our friendship, our ties, and we kept our communication lines open because of the community we built.
Yeah.
Not being egotistical completely, and keeping our community at like the forefront of our mind, especially on these journeys, these channels that we've since made. Because guys, if you don't know, Kev also has a gaming channel. Yeah, I would say gaming channel, right?
Gaming, yeah, it's heavy on gaming at the moment, yeah. But it's cars, it's motor, it's racing and cars related, yes, definitely.
We'll put that in the description as well. Yes. The description is that mythical button that no one knows where it is. I'm going to do a tutorial. Yeah. I think I'm going to do a tutorial on what this description is that people talk about on YouTube all the time.
Well, SDW77 is where I started. That was my channel. And yes, when I started that channel, I had big hopes for that I could be monetized and I could drop a day from work and I could and I could not absolutely no chance. After about 3 months, I knew that there was no chance of that at all. No chance. And it took ages to that channel. I mean, it's 6:55. I've just come off a live stream, as you know. You were in the stream there doing a Gran Turismo 7 live stream on SDW77 just off about an hour ago. I think it was 5 new subs from just doing the channel. So yeah, that's growing. It's at 6:55. It will keep going. My main focus will be Kev77. Yeah. But it did start with SDW77, the cars channel. And then it was encouragement from the community that we're talking about when I used to do rum and rants, my live streams in the evening after you'd done your what was it called, Daniel?
Brew and Banter.
Brew and Banter. I was trying to remember it on my
Yeah.
live stream the other day. So you would do your Brew and Banters in the afternoon or morning for your afternoon for us, and then I would be on in the evening. And it was pretty much exactly the same people that were in the streams.
Yeah.
And then it was, well, why don't you start another channel for almost for live streaming or such, or for other videos? And it was never in my head to do Kev87. Never. I would have never have done another channel. But everyone encouraged me and said, well, why don't you do it? So it was all the community that came up with Kev87 as well, the name for the channel. That was from the suggestions when we named the channel. So yeah.
I would absolutely love to know how many possible channels we've absolutely been responsible for spawning.
We went on and encouraged other people. Well, what you've got Nick, you've got Kirsty. I mean,
I think Nick had his. I think Nick had his. Guys, we will have Nick at some point. Who we're talking about?
Nick, positive mental attitude.
Yep.
He was. I think he rebranded with encouragement from us. I think he was a bit nervous about doing it. Who's going to watch videos that I make? Nick obviously had a stroke and stuff like that, and he said, "Who's going to watch mine?" And we encouraged him. That people will be interested.
But but what happens is it's like you have to do your due diligence and your investment in the community, or else your channel is going to be empty. It's going to be soulless.
Yeah,
and
people. Yeah. And due to this community spirit as well, even in GT7 communities, in other communities, I've also come across other streamers or other YouTube creators, and this was mentioned in a stream I was watching the other day, a gaming stream, that they're not happy to promote other channels within their stream or within their channel, that they won't give you a mention. They're not happy to put a link into your channel and but you drop into some streams and they go, oh, who's this? Hi, and you go, hi, good evening, or and they go, who's this? Oh, it's Kev87 or it's SDW77. Have you got a channel? They immediately click in, you've got a channel, right? I've subbed to your channel. And people will do that sometimes, and that happens to me with the live streams I go into at the moment. People will immediately go, oh, hi Kevin, how you doing? Oh, have you got a channel? You have. There's a little sub for you, thank. And I'll go, there's a sub for you as well. It means nothing to me. It's nothing off skin off my nose to give you a sub to help your channel.
It's this whole thing. It's like, what do you want to be? Like, there's no gain in being the only person on your island or being at the top of the mountain alone. Like, this is all or nothing. Like, I hope and pray that everyone that I've had on the channel does far better than I will ever do. That's the goal. That's the goal. Like,
that's
we're here.
That's the dad in you, Daniel.
Man. You have to help, and if you can't help, get out of the fucking way.
Yeah.
But to be there and just make that a solo journey is foolish. It's absolutely foolish, because
it's all good for all channels, isn't it? Because if that channel does well, then it's going to promote your channel. They're going to move on and tell about the next person that wants to have a little go at doing the channel. Then they're going to tell about, and it's like pyramid, isn't it? It's like a pyramid, but it's a pyramid of a community of people that all know each other and are happy to support each other. We're very good at bringing things back around to each other again, that are trying to put themselves out there and
like a CD, cyclical, round, like a compact disc.
So let me ask you a question then.
Yeah, shoot.
So YouTube, here's your scenario. You're not wanting for money. You don't need money at all. You've got money in the bank. You've got more money than you're going to be able to spend.
Hypothetical, correct?
Yeah,
because this is all like, don't be accusing me of just being well off.
Well, you've got your 3 wings on the Arias Palace, haven't you?
Oh, yes.
Are you still a content creator? Do you still create content?
Am I a content creator?
Are you still going to do that? Are you still going to be drawn by this?
I think so. In some way, shape, or form. I think that in my perfect world, I want this type of format, this type of content creation, this type of sitting together, bringing the community together, not just with the people commenting, or let's say people that subscribe to our channels together, but also other people that share our platform, other people that are on YouTube. This is what I want. This is more of what I want to build, is like a big round table where other YouTubers or content creators in different fields can come and talk, because I feel like that revitalizes and makes us all. It makes it all worth it to know that.
Yeah.
Okay, because like you just said, you see people that know each other in the comments. You see people that recognize each other in the comments. And if you do a premiere or whatever, they'll just sit by themselves talking to each other about some subject. And that's like the healthiest thing for a community.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the best thing you can see. And in live streams as well, when
Yeah.
they're not even talking to you, they're just talking to themselves.
Yeah.
That happened in my stream just now. I'm concerned about keep my eye on me driving and trying to look at the comments that are coming through. When I get a chance, I look at it's just them all talking amongst each other. They're all just chatting to each other about it.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, and that's the kind of thing that I would want in a perfect world, and that's what we're trying to carve. That's the reason I've stepped away from music reactions. It's like
we're connecting people connecting people across the world, essentially, aren't we? Through one thing.
And I'm like, we have to show our community and that not because they get a snippet of who we are, man. Like a very quick flash in the pan, as far as their, I guess, attention spans allow. That isn't their favorite content. Let's say that isn't their favorite band in the whole world. You have little snippets of personality that have to shine through, so you're not forgettable. And
that's really important, and that's why there's a lot of people that will say in your streams, my streams, and other people's streams, I could never do that. I could never put myself out there and do what you're doing. I like the idea of it, but I could never do it. But this is just because this idea of just why do we become content creators? Is it what are we driven by? Again, back to the start. What are we driven by? What drives us to be content creators? Because we don't have to if we don't want to. We can go and do something else if we want to. So if I sort of asked myself this question a little while back, if I did have unlimited, if I was just all right for money, would I still be doing this? Would I still be creating music reactions video or content? Would I still be? I definitely would. I really love creating content. I would love watching people, seeing the view counts going up because people are watching going up. No, it still makes me laugh that people will click on your video and watch your video.
Yeah.
That's funny that people come in and watch your video that you've created.
It's pretty unique. I feel like I know how for me, I feel like there's this psychological thing that I have that I can't let go of. I think it's this mortality thing, right? Where I wish I would have had more media out there to absorb of, let's say, my mother, right? And I don't have that. I was battling. This is deep right here.
Okay, right. Sit up. Okay.
And this is very sad. I think, and I've almost forgotten the sound of my mother's voice.
Yeah. Okay.
Which is terrifying.
Yeah.
Which is terrifying.
Yeah, it is. That's yeah.
And so I think it's that inherent fear of eventually someday I will pass. Eventually someday death will win.
I know where you're going. Yeah. Okay.
And then my son will not have a lack of material to be like, look how ridiculous that is, or like he can always go someplace, somewhere, and find my voice and see what I enjoy doing. And I'd rather have my son be able to have a place where he can see his father pursuing either a dream or doing something he loves with the people he loves. Yeah. And that way you can hear that joy. And I think that legacy leaving is a big thing, big drive of why I want to put it out there, because it's not for me. I don't give a shit about, like, all of this is a flash in the pan, a blink.
Yeah, no, I absolutely agree with that. It's your 15 minutes. It's 15 minutes, isn't it? It's the proverbial 15 minutes. Yeah. This is not going to go over forever. I don't know how long it'll go on for me. You don't know how long it'll go on for you.
No.
And that is what it is. But I know that you've always been very, very definite about that aspect of why you do it. Yeah. So there is a legacy for your son to see you. And making a fool of yourself, making a video, doing this, doing that, trying that. Look at my dad building a a bar out there. I didn't know. I have a vague memory of that happening
Yeah.
and the bar being there, but I don't remember him making that bar. And look, well, there's the video of him actually doing it.
Exactly.
And look, 30,000 other people have watched that. 40,000 other people have watched that as well.
Yeah, and that, so those are the things, those are the things that I want to I want to say, I want to pass down to my son by doing this channel. Is like, you have to be open. You can't be sort of like in your comfort zone and live in your comfort zone. You got to do things that terrify you on the daily, on the constant, to make life worth it.
Yeah.
And also keeping the community aspect. It's very important pushing forward, as it's so easy to be in a bubble, be trapped in your own safe space. But getting out there and reaching out there, you can meet amazing individuals. You can share like experiences with other people, other like-minded people as well, like kind of how we're doing. We're separated by a fucking ocean,
Yeah.
and time zones. I don't even know how far away you are as the raven flies. Like, I don't, but it's more than that. It's more than that. If you look at Arias in the Nation, if you look at the Unplugged Nation, if you look at where we started, we look at our channels, at the core of it all is community, and it's togetherness.
It has been.
And our, even though our campfires per se have changed, we still gather around the campfire together, whether that be music, American reactions to UK comedy,
Yeah.
or the recent foray into the military stuff.
Yeah.
It's the campfires change, but the community, that whole,
The following's there because of the likability. There's a lot to do with likability as well, and well, I know this is not going to be crap, because the other stuff that the person's done on the other channels has not been crap, so it's probably likely to be quite good. So the connections are made, and they are important, and they need to be established and upheld and maintained. But that is pressure. But that is pressure for content creators.
that's true too.
And I think if anybody says that they don't worry about, I don't want to say keeping people happy, because that seems so stupid to say when we're just creating videos on a platform, But you want to be available to everybody, and make sure you're giving everybody a little bit of flavour of what they will like on the channel, so that it is still keeping the community there. And a lot of people that have come into the channel say, I would have never listened to that band if I hadn't subbed to your channel. I would have never gone in to listen to them or them or them, and I do now, and I really like them. So there's connections like that as well.
I put us on the same, let's say, the same level, the same wavelength as old school DJs.
Yeah.
We're like the radio DJs. We're like, call in, leave a request, whatever that is, we'll spin it on this minute of this hour. Let's do it. And that's that. And that we're curating playlists, and we're I wish people see, now this is the, I feel like there's two camps of reaction channels, of people absorbing reaction content. And there's more in one camp than the other. One camp is reliving nostalgic moments through watching someone else going through them for the first time, and that's a massive draw. Not dissing any camp. And there's also the minority, which go on exploratory journeys with you into things they're not familiar with. Like, let's say, with the familiar face. Where you're like, let's dive into this together. I don't know what it's going to be. And there are people that get introduced to new bands that way. For the most part, I feel like people come because that's their favorite thing. They want to see their band. They don't give a shit about you. They kind of do, but
your band, our channels, if you're music reactions, they're naturally going to be spread out amongst bands that all the people that watch the videos will have a connection to, because it's them that are going, have you listened to this? What about this one? Have you listened to them? And then they go, oh, you'll see the next one. Yeah, they're good. That might be good to it. So again, that community is actually connected to all the different artists, and they know all the different, because the connections are there between the artists before you've even come to the reaction to the artists. So there is very natural connections to artists.
It's funny, because there's times, and I'm using the the mindset of Embrace the Suck 21, not necessarily Arias in the Nation, the music reaction side of Arias in the Nation, where like you get accused of becoming like another channel. And you know,
Yeah.
and the issue I have with that is the people that are in all of our shared communities request the same things.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
okay, for a second there, everyone was hot on the Nightwish trail.
Yeah.
Well, because the Nightwish community came out and requested
Yeah.
the Nightwish, like champion Nightwish on all these different channels, communities.
Yeah, but I think there's more. I think it's more than that as well, though.
Really?
It's if you've not heard Nightwish, then you need to hear. You need to hear Nightwish. You
True.
need to hear Night. If you're a music fan and you've not heard Nightwish, you need to listen to some Nightwish. If you don't like it, you don't like it, but you need to listen to it. You've got
At least
to.
have a go. At least have
Yeah.
a go. See
So
what
you
it is,
use that
you know,
need
because
for it as well. You know, the
it gets you out of your bubble for sure. But yeah, no, it was absolutely like my horizons, my music mindset. I thought I was pretty eclectic going into music reactions.
Do you
Like,
need
yeah,
to?
I thought like, hey, listen, I love the music
Yeah.
regardless.
Mhm.
And then I went on these journeys, and I'm like, what?
Yeah.
What did I even stumble upon? My favorite so far, hands down, that I still play on a regular is Electric Callboy. They
Oh, yeah.
are my go-to. They are my the band that I would love to grab a drink with, even though
Right.
I'd probably die of alcohol poisoning. But they would be the ones that just have a good time. You
Mhm.
know, they are not the
They're very, very good. They
yeah.
are.
It,
Their videos are funny on my channel. A little bit hit and miss, but they're very blockable. Like they're very blockable.
yes, they are.
So
They are.
tricky to do them, and that puts me off doing a video because that is, you know, we're talking about enjoying it, but there is still effort involved to record, edit, create a thumbnail that's going to be, you know, catchable to the eye, and then put out on YouTube. There's still effort in that, and when it's getting blocked, you're just like, oh man.
What people don't understand. What people don't understand, and I make it a point to say this probably in a lot of our these type of talks is that like, yeah, like people that think that music reactors are driving away in Lamborghinis and Ferraris are absolutely living in a made up world. I wish I could be like 100%. No,
No.
not at all, guys. We like if anything, we are 100% championing the bands we have on our channel for their benefit.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Bloody hell. Absolutely.
100%. And if your passion isn't music and your passion is to make money and you're a music reactor, you're in the wrong niche. 100%. You need to get out.
Yeah, man, this channel doesn't make much money at all. 10, 15 pound a week, maybe this channel makes.
And you're killing it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, at that price point, you are killing the game. You are getting it, dude.
Because none of the videos are monetized. There's like every 7th or 8th video gets monetized, or your share. The warning of to allow me to share with them. Gabriel Enrique, I share some of the funding from the ads for his videos, but everybody else, Bandmade, Love Bites, Tool, Nightwish.
The warning, dude. The warning came back in. Well, not the warning. Not like the Three Sisters were like and block him. Like no, they weren't there. But the record label pulled the whole concert off the channel.
Oh, right.
And that's the whole reason I went to Rumble. But my thing is that like, you know, maybe at some point you can buy a Lamborghini calendar and put it somewhere. And like, hey, there's a Lamborghini that the channel bought. That's the channel's Lamborghini right there.
And hey, listen, I have got a nice car. And
yeah,
a big head. I've got a nice, expensive car, but that's because I work hard. I don't. This is not my job.
That's it, right
I
there.
don't rely on YouTube for money. I've got a salary that I work hard for and enjoy doing a job as well as doing this. This is not my main focus. This is my enjoyable side.
And if it wasn't a passion, it would be a waste of time.
Yeah, but
it would be 100% waste of time.
There's so many negatives to being a content creator that if you can't overcome them by just staying positive, there's absolutely no point. Again, coming back to some of these channels, I would, if some of it, you know what specifically what we're smiling here because Daniel knows specifically what I'm talking about. If I had and I looked at the video and I would say, I'm just going to stop this. I don't see why I'm putting in the effort here, and people are just not watching. They're just not watching. And I probably would have give up, and some channels where you look and go, my God, what's happening with this channel? But again, I'm always dead surprised when videos do well, because I'm always very humble about this as a process. And people don't have to watch your video. People don't have to press the like. And people can quite happily just tell you what they think about it. So I always keep going with this. Determination gets stronger when you see the numbers go up, but I'm not driven by the numbers. Actually, my drive on the numbers is, I wonder how many I can get. How many can I get this to? What can I get this number to? Not because so I can earn £70 a week, or I can earn £300. What can I get that number to? That would be that's like a funny goal.
It's pretty nuts.
Great to see that. Like, could I get to 20,000? Could I get to 30,000? That would be hilarious.
For me, man, it's kind of like the algorithm, the ever-knowing, all-wise bastard of a overseer algorithm picks and chooses just whoever. Like, it makes no there's some things I guess you could nitpick and like, I get it, but sometimes it just doesn't matter. Like, look, for example, like, Embrace the Suck is two friends in a storage unit looking at content. No big. It looked, honestly, at the beginning of the stage of our channel, it looked like we were prisoners in Syria. We were hostages. And
I suppose it did, but I never
really did.
When I watched it, but
I was like, oh my God, these guys got captured. Like, no. No, this is one of those ransom videos. No, it was our reaction channel started off like that. And then there are channels that are all polished, all like together, and they don't do well. And it's just like that right there is the reason. Was like, I'm a firm believer in YouTube picks whoever it wants to at certain points. There's no rhyme or reason to any of it.
I think, Dan, it absolutely all comes back down to likability. It comes back down to likability. People are going to watch your videos or they're not. You're doing exactly the same things. And that is one of the most, when I first came to start watching YouTube fully, that was one of the most bizarre things I could not get my head around. Is I think it was your channel as a reaction channel, Embrace the Suck 21, that I found first, I suppose, as a reaction channel. No idea how I found it. Can't remember the video that it was. It might have been music reaction. It might have been a Coldplay. It might have been an Arctic Monkeys or something.
Oh, like Arctic Monkeys. It was Arctic Monkeys.
Yeah. And then I saw that you did the comedy, so that was great. And I started watching that. And then what I found was, hold on, there's another channel, like reaction. Hold on, well, that's the same video that Embrace the Suck. That's exactly the same video. They're just watching the same thing. But that's what reactions are about. It's the channels watch the same videos. Because people want to go, I want to see how you react to it. I want to see how Spencer reacts to it. I want to see how that person reacts to it, how this person reacts to it, that same video. And that's how you, again, we've said before to each other, that's how you determine whether you're like-minded with somebody, because they've got that. They're thinking exactly the same things at exactly the same time that I thought when I watched that video for the first time.
Yeah, that's what it is. I feel like it's a very unique journey. This side of content creation or content, reaction type content is. It's like, who are you most like? And you know what the best part is that there's so many channels. There's so many reaction channels. Okay, which is great for the person using YouTube to find reaction channels. Like, you will find someone.
That's me and you. We watch other people do. We watch our YouTube channels as well. We've got the channels that we watch. That we watch for years, and we'll go to whatever we'll watch them as well.
Exactly. And so it's like, it's great to have so much diversity on this platform. It's not just one or two reaction channels. No, it's tons. Every day there's thousands. It seems like thousands that pop up.
You can, if you want to, you can just say, well, I don't like any of those other 10. I just like these two guys or these two channels on these channels because I like these two. And actually, they're doing the same videos, and they're all right, but they're not as good. So I'm not going to watch something unless I'm getting full enjoyment from it, just because I want to see what they think. I want to be. It's got to be enjoyable as well.
And you know what? And that's what I think about when I get these like kind of irate feeling comments, and I'm like, I thank God that there's other content creators where they will find a home.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, there you go. Right now, you're a nomad starting fires all over the place, just being miserable. But my hope and prayer is that you find a place
Usually
to
a
call
place,
home.
and they've got their right to, again, as we've said, they've got the right to come in and say, I didn't like that, I'm going to go off. And we'll just say, okay, fair enough. Away you go, and I hope you can find a channel that you get on board with.
Yeah, and let you be their problem. You know what I mean? Like, and that's. But I'm, all of that to say that it's nice to do these types of talks with different content creators and honestly just friends. The last two talks I had EB on, and now you were dude. I had you guys back on because you guys are important to the communities.
Well, the connection with me and you was through YouTube to begin with, but it didn't need to carry on if it didn't want to. It carried on because we actually got on with each other and had we've spent hours. We've spent before after live streams and
just
stuff
kind
like
of chit chatting and
of course we have.
game planning.
More than that, it's not just what you up to on your channel. It's life as well. You know, I'm going off to me and my wife are going off to do this, and you would tell me about your family and what you were doing, and
man,
it became more than just that. That became a friendship, and it is a friendship.
100%.
We keep in touch, and always the good signs of a friendship is if I don't speak to you for 3 weeks, you still come on the phone and you go, "All right, how you doing? What's happening?"
Yeah.
And it's not like, "Why haven't you? We've not been in touch." And
No, we're not connected at the hip, but we don't need to be. You know what I mean? My thing is that look, this channel is that is now evolving into just what we're doing right here. Is a way to let people know in our shared communities that we've created that we are more connected than we may seem. Like we all talk.
Point we've just made. We've just spent an hour and 11 minutes, everyone, making the point that, by the way, we are all connected.
By the way, compact disc moment, full circle. Guys, we actually know each other. No, I'm kidding. All of that to say,
we do know each other,
but no. For everyone watching, make sure you go support Kev on his journey through the world of music reactions and go say hello from us. And honestly, be a part of the community, not just a subscriber to the channel. I believe there's a big difference. There's a big difference.
First voiced on your channel, I believe, Sabru and Banter. I think that's where I first heard that phrase coined on YouTube. So I 100% attribute that phrase to you. I know you use that on Embrace the Suck as well, but for me, 100%, that's where that phrase in my head is from. Don't just be a part of the channel, be a part of the community. I've not heard anybody else say that, Daniel.
No.
In all honesty, I've never heard anybody else say that. You say it, and I've said it because I've heard you say it, so I'll say it as well.
But it's a huge difference. It's a huge difference. Choose the family, the community you want to be a part of, and pour into it. Like comment, be there with it.
Be present.
Regardless of content, regardless of
help
the topic. Yep. But guys, listen. Look in the descriptions. All of Kev's channels. I will add the racing channel.
I've got a cat channel as well. But
I'll add the cat channel.
That's it.
Yep, I'll add all that stuff. Make sure you guys go support and show love. And
only if you want to. Only if you want to.
Why would you give them an out? No.
No non-organic subs. We don't want any non-organic subs. Not just for the sake of it. Only if you want to be part of the channel, as you just said there.
Guys, absolutely go channel raid Kev's channel. Right? We are launching our war against 77. Hashtag.
Yeah, get onto my channel, get subbed.
Guys, listen, make sure you support these content creators that are out here. These the reactions and all of these channels that you enjoy. Make sure you leave a comment, a like, a subscribe, all that good stuff, because it means the world to us. And also, Kev, thank you for hopping on this channel again.
The man, the myth, the legend of Mr. Arias.
Yes. Anyway, guys, Much love. Make sure you unplug, do something legendary, and as Kev always says before he ends his stream,
If you're going to do something, just make sure it's nothing that I wouldn't do.
yep, and don't fuck it up, guys. All right. Later, everyone.